Thank you for joining us for the Royal Air Force Museum's 2020 conference. Our vision as a national museum is to inspire everyone with the Royal Air Force's story, the people who shape it and its place in our lives. By everyone we mean academics, people with a special interest in military history or aircraft, small children, families and our general audience. So today's programme sits at the heart of helping us deliver our mission with you, our conference audience, and much broader than that too. Our rich theme of research feeds into all our programmes at every level, whichever audience we're sharing the RAF story with. The importance of it being based on the best research is absolutely paramount. Over the course of the conference, we'll consider how the RAF and those who served in it attempted to adapt to a world transformed from the one that they'd known during and of course before the Second World War. Although the nature of that challenge 75 years ago was very different to the one we have today, I'm sure you'll all find a resonance to our own trials as we attempt to adapt to find a new normal in the current situation. This conference, of course, is in itself a representation of that, and I'm delighted to be able to welcome those speakers who felt comfortable and able to present their papers live, those who are joining us remotely, all of the chairs who've made time to host our panels, and of course, all of you who are joining us. Indeed, just as we'll hear that the RAF found new technology offered it a chance to derive unforeseen benefits amidst the challenges of a changing world, so we've found that live streaming has allowed us to reach a global audience and made it possible for us to make new research more accessible. I am, however, sorry I can't be there in person, along with all the speakers and chairs today. A number of our presenters have either received the museum's doctoral bursary or have completed their PhDs in collaboration with the museum. I'd particularly like to take the opportunity to say congratulations to Dr. Sophie Antrobus, who's received her doctorate, and Ted Young, who's just submitted his thesis. We also, however, have a number of speakers for whom this conference isn't just an opportunity to present new research, but for whom it's their first experience of presenting an academic paper. The aim of the museum's research programme is not just to encourage outstanding new research, but to provide a supportive environment with which to present it. And for those of you presenting for the first time, I hope that will be the case. Whether you're speaking from the museum or remotely, the very best of luck to you. I'd hoped to be able to single out a panel on the conference programme that I could say I was especially looking forward to and that I could go into more detail about. However, it's really impossible to do that. We have papers considering the RAF's relations with international partners, and that, of course, is a topic as important to the RAF today as it's ever been. I've already touched on the panel that includes technology, but it also includes papers on science and space, as well as the environment and British landscape, issues which have again emerged as we ourselves enter a new period of change. The RAF strategic bombing will, of course, always be important to reflect on, and today's assessments will, I'm sure, provide a sober consideration of a large part of the RAF's war experience. We often draw a curtain over the war from 1945, but looking at the panel which will explore the RAF in Southeast Asia, I suspect we'll hear that the neat delineation we like to draw is more open to challenge than perhaps we tend to think. We have a panel on post-war operational design and policy, which will open issues which continue to be relevant to the RAF today, and I'd like to thank the Royal Aeronautical Society Air Power Group, of which all three speakers are members, for their ongoing work to produce really high quality research content. We also have papers which explore the RAF's history through its people and consider the Air Force's own interpretation of that history. And finally, we have a truly exciting keynote address from Martin Francis, whose book on British culture and the RAF, The Flyer, is a simply fantastic work. One of the museum's key strategic priorities is to inspire innovative engagement, debate and reflection. And the mix of panels both today and tomorrow looks set to offer a broad range of perspectives on the challenges the RAF faced between 1945 and 1949. That breadth of research topics is important because we can too often focus on individual issues at the expense of seeing the bigger picture. I hope that all of you with us today, whether you're a renowned expert on the period or you're exploring it for the first time, will find at least one paper that offers something that you might not have considered before and a perspective which will help widen your understanding. Before we begin, however, I'd like to take the opportunity to say thank you to Seb Cox, to Peter Gray, and to David Edgerton, who've always been available to provide advice throughout the planning for this conference. They're all far too modest to talk about the support they provide as part of the museum's research board, but it's invaluable and very much appreciated. Thank you. I'd also like to thank Harry Raffel, the museum's historian, who's been tireless in his determination to deliver the conference despite the obvious challenges. Many thanks and congratulations, Harry, for what I know will prove to be an immersive and engaging programme. Finally, I hope you'll take the opportunity to join many of our speakers online at 5 o'clock this afternoon on Twitter. You can also take part in the conversation happening throughout the day across social media by using the hashtag RAFM Conference. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy.